I'd love to include Genshin's most forgotten 5-star character, Aloy, but she never returned since version 2.2 ended. Good morning, people of the web. Today, we're taking a look at our permanent free 4-star characters, and of course, rank them based on their performance. Now, before we start, let's quickly set some rules. Only permanent free 4-star characters are included. That means no Lantern Rite selector, event characters, from the Wish, or from the Paimon's Bargain. 5 stars such as Traveler and Aloy are excluded, and ranking is based on their C0 performance. Now with that, grab your note tomorrow and enjoy this video. Let's begin. Coming in at the bottom spot of the list, we've got our very first 4-star character that everyone has been introduced to, none other than Amber herself. I'm sorry. Amber suffers from the 1.x combat mechanic adaptation, which means the developers basically never touched her kit for over 6 years. Dang, when's the Night of Favonius bonus coming? Anyways, Amber is pretty much the simplest character known in Teyvat. She's a bow user, throws her Baron Bunny to distract enemies, and occasionally fires a tiny AoE rain of arrows. Your typical bow hero in majority of the games, no? But she excels at one thing which many newer players rely on, pyro and exploration. Exactly. Who's been there for you when you needed to light up these torches and totems? Amber, of course. She's your first applicator, no doubts. And for those 0.001% users that main her, you guys are the most dedicated players in the entire gadget community. You go, Amber mains. At number 11, we've got yet another Mondstadt character, and you may already guess who that is. Well, it's not Kaya. It's actually my favorite librarian, Lisa Minchi. It's so hard to say this. As you might have expected, she suffers the same fate as Amber. Basically, her kit remained the same since the full release. However, this time, Lisa proves herself in the later stages of the game, especially when the importance of elemental mastery and energy recharge kicks in. Unlike our beloved Outrider, Lisa shines in Dendro-related and Overload teams, thus fitting perfectly as a sub-DPS thanks to her burst, of course. Though, her burst is stationary and her elemental skills takes 2 to 3 business days to hit. Yeah, have fun critting that. Most people tend to forget she can do that. Oh, and before I forget, her burst costs a lot of energy. Have fun balancing her stats to unlock her full potential, until the Constellation Road hits you harder than opening Genshin in middle of the night with your eyes wide open. Other than that, Lisa is alright. We immediately leave Mondstadt for now and travel all the way to Natlan. Hailing from the Children of Echoes, we've got Kachina in the 10th place. Yeah, break it down, Kachinka. This young warrior will provide you with decent amount of damage, whether you use her on-field or off-field. Hence, she fits as a sub-DPS option for your team. However, her Turbo Twirly, this little drill vehicle she drops and operates, has a really tiny area of effect. Yeah, it jumps in one place and that's it. Unless you hop on it, which increases its damage and AoE, or combine it with her burst. Additionally, Kachina scales of defense, which is her main stat throughout the build, so don't accidentally build her with attack or anything. It's almost like watering the fish with the water, I don't know. Nonetheless, Kachina is an expert in exploration thanks to her Turbo Twirling, giving you the ability to climb up walls without wasting much stamina. Now with that said, we move on to cats. And by cats, I mean to a certain woman with cat features in Fontaine, known as Lynette, and she lands perfectly in the 9th spot. I find Lynette a really fun character to bring into your teams. She's definitely more flexible than Lisa and carries a more useful kit, which can be played around. However, her main problem is the amount of stats she wants to devour. What do you mean she wants everything except for defense? Now I understand why Lynette is so difficult to build. I thought it was some kind of inside joke made by cats. But no, I'm the mouse here. Aside from being one of the most unusual characters to build, you're forced to pick a specific playstyle or stats for Lynette. You know, EM, HP, animal damage or attack, your pick. Lynette is also exploration friendly thanks to her agile skill and swims faster underwater. Now that's cool, almost like a budget Yelan. Just as fast as we shifted to Fontaine, we rushed back to Mondstadt yet again. This time we got a member from the cathedral, your one and only Sister Barbruh, the only free 4-star character with the ability to heal us without breaking a sweat. Now that's our little sister supporting us. Anyhow, Barbruh is your typical medic of the team, and she's extremely easy to build. I mean literally, her best weapon is either the thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers or the craftable prototype Amber. Additionally, she only asks you for a generous amount of HP percentage and a small bits of energy recharge here and there. Satisfy her needs and your character's one turn into ashes. That's Signora's first mistake for not building a healer. However, Barbruh isn't just locked behind her healing. For those dedicated players, you can turn her into a monster of a sister. Enemies will be the ones prey. But that's for the advanced players. No need to worry about that, right? Coming in at number 7, we've got our first Hexenzirkel member, Razor.
I like potatoes.
But Yaesper, you said no selectors whatsoever. Well, the witch's homework is a permanent quest, allowing us to choose between 3 4-star characters. For free. Anyhow, Razor is a really niche character in combat, mainly because our wolf boy centers around superconduct reaction and physical damage, just like Big Thigh Save Lights Lady. Though his kit works pretty decently nonetheless, even though the physical attribute hasn't been neglected for years. Razor might have received the Hexenzirkel buff, which according to the statistics, somehow outdamages Raiden Shogun. Wait, what? You're serious? How is that even possible? But anyways, we're only taking a look at his C0 performance, which is why he doesn't rank up any higher. There is one problem though, you need another Hexenzirkel member to trigger his buff. And keep this in mind, you're only able to receive one free Hexen character. But you'll eventually get one since, you know, you'll wish and get him. Next in line is Shanhe. Wait, that's not right. Well, since she's here, Shanhe wants you to like and subscribe, because one like equals one sweet madame for Shanhe. Thanks, you just fed Shanhe. Now back to the video. We remain in Mondstadt for a little longer. Yeah, there are many free characters here. At number 6, we've got our chivalry captain without his horses, Kaya. And yet again, he suffered the same treatment as Lisa and Amber. I mean, look at his elemental skill. But alas, Kaya performs quite alright thanks to his fast skill cooldown and non-stationary burst. Building him is also effortless since he only needs crits, EM, ER and attack. Therefore, Kaya is a great option as a sub DPS in many of the teams. Freeze, Melt, Superconduct and many more. Almost earning himself the title Mr. Worldwide. You heard that, Tortaglia? Along with his complementary self-healing that scales off his attack. That's cool. Oh, and apparently, he can serve as an amazing ice bridge for beginners. Yeah, ice bridging with Kaya is a canon event for many players. Has anyone tried ice bridging to Inazuma? Alright, we now travel all the way to Northcry to meet our Krumkake fanatic, Aino. Now, Aino is very late game character specialized in elemental mastery. That's like the main thing in Northcry anyways. Therefore, she shines in lunar teams. Although most of her lunar teams today consist of only limited 5-star characters. Now you see the major issue here. No, she works just fine outside of her dedicated teams as well. After all, she utilizes her duck companion to deal hydro damage in a large area. Now that's sure useful for triggering reactions. Her rotations are quick and simple. Therefore, investing in ER and EM will make your time much easier. Though her personal damage is quite underwhelming, unfortunately. But that is what happens when you eat too many Krumkakes every day. We appear in Sumeru, where we will meet our reliable Dendro Amber. Forest Ranger Kole is taking the 4th spot. Kole is known for her versatile and effective kit when it comes to her off-field Dendro application and reactions. I mean, just chuck her boomerang and throw her Colin Amber companion and you're good to go, right? She does deal a decent amount of damage after all. Her build can be a little bit tricky since she requires a balanced stat build. That is, energy recharge, both crits, attack and elemental mastery. And if you satisfy her needs, then you won't be having much trouble dealing damage and applying Dendro. Unless you place her in the what am I doing team or something like that. And let's not forget, she's your go-to exploration unit, especially when it comes to Sumeru. It's like she was made for it, you know? Whoa, another free character from the Spiral Abyss, and it's Teyvat's most reliable source of off-field pyro ever since day one. That's right, it's none other than Xiangling herself. You've probably seen her in pretty much any teams in Genshin Impact. So why is that? Xiangling has something sacred, her excellent off-field pyro application and damage, which carried her through many years, and even today, she's considered as a top-tier free-to-play character. Thanks to her Pyronado, which swirls around her and her other party members. She can somewhat consistently deal damage if you suffice her energy requirements. That's amazing, right? On top of that, she chucks Gooba to assist her in battle, even though this thing burps fire at them, but that's better than nothing. Oh, and Gooba also drops these chili peppers from time to time. And for the third time, we return back to Mondstadt to reveal the final two best free 4-star characters. This silver place belongs to Amy. Who the heck is Amy? It's Fischl's real name, for those who didn't know that. Similar to Razor, Fischl is an Hexenzirkel member, thus she's a free 4-star character from the Witch's Homework Selector. Cool! There are so many sub-DPSs as free characters. Fischl is definitely one of the top free-to-play sub-DPSs along with Xiangling. No doubts about that. Fits into many teams, carries a really simple kit, and she's quite easy to build. Just press your skill button and let Oz do the heavy work. Her burst skill doesn't provide much. However, it is used to resummon Oz, so treat it like a second elemental skill. That's how I play Fischl. And of course, embrace her voice lines while you're at it. Finishing off with the best free 4-star character you can obtain for free. In the first place, we've got Sucrose, our beloved clumsy alchemist. She proves herself as a top-tier viable option for more than 6 years, just for Hoyo to buff her with the Hexenzirkel as well. Wow, she was already strong and they made her stronger. Sucrose is pretty much a cure for your struggles. She can be paired up with premium teams, buffs the entire party with elemental mastery, and has crowd control. Providing her with elemental mastery and energy recharge is like investing in Bitcoin. That Bitcoin is our Sucrose. Need support unit? Sucrose. Need a sub DPS? Sucrose. Heck, she can even be your main DPS driver in Swirl teams. That's how flexible she is. Hands down most free to play friendly character to invest in. Now we all thank our alchemist for her support since day one. Thanks, Sucrose. And that's it, folks. It's true that some perma free 4-star characters differ in relevance from one to another. But anyways, let Shenhe hear your opinions and thoughts on this. Would you rank them any higher or lower? Please let her know. And as always, thanks for watching.